global role, because India will be playing a global role as you grow up. And that is why you will have to open your minds even further to accept all forms of social norms, culture, ethnicity, nationalities, because that is what will help you to become a global citizen. But at the same time, as Mahatma Gandhi said, you must have to retain your roots very deep in your own culture and in your own ethos, and to continuously recognize how great a country India is in which you have been born. India is the only country, India's diversity, plurality, democracy, equality, attempt at equality is unmatched anywhere in the world. India is the only country which has dared to take the three transitions, social, economic and political, simultaneously at the same time. Nobody in the world ever in human history has done these three transitions together. They have always been sequenced, one after the other. It's a huge experiment that's going on for the world at large, of which you are going to be a major part. Take part in that experiment and be proud of being an Indian, and yet being open to being a global citizen. And being an Indian, as I said earlier, also means that you have to be extra sensitive to the diversity of this country. You have to be extra sensitive to the fact that we represent all the religions in the world. We have amongst us all the communities, all the societies, all social norms in this world. You have to be extra sensitive to those. You have to respect everybody's religion, everybody's sensitivities, and that is what will make you go forward. The last thing that I'd just like to say is here that yesterday, as you know, was Makar Sankranti, and that is when sun becomes Uttarayan. It comes to the northern hemisphere. That is when, if you remember, Bhishma Pitama waited for this day to breathe his last, and said that he would leave the world only when the sun was Uttarayan. And we must all learn from the sun. And the sun, the greatest quality of the sun is that the sun gives without ever accepting anything in return. It gives us all that is responsible for this whole atmosphere, this whole world, this whole cosmos that we live in. It continuously gives us the weather patterns, it gives us all of that, and that is what I would leave with you, the thought that when you go forward in this real world, don't just go out there and start accepting what the world can do to you and for you, but also at the same time think what you can do for this country, for your society, and for the world at large. God bless and all the best to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. I would now request Honorable Ms. Archana Kapoor to guide the students for the overall career growth. Ma'am, please.
Good morning. First of all, I must thank Professor Maheshwari from my heart for inviting me for this convocation. Reason being very simple. Like you all, this is my first convocation. You have weight on your heads, I don't have, it's on my dais. I have weight on my shoulders, you don't have, because I have more than 30 years of this day which got over. I must greet my colleagues on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just give a very small experience. I am not going to preach you, because there is a very famous saying, Papa don't preach. I'll just share with you what I think, why you all are so lucky, not due to what has happened in the past, but I'm especially very jealous of you people. You are in a world where education is not a mean. It's not an end, sorry, it's a mean. In our time, education was the end. You must get your grads, undergrads, postgrads, and pick up something, whether girl or boy. That was the objective. Today you can decide, no, you don't wish to do your postgraduate, you can work, and it is appreciated. In our time it was said, बच्चा पढ़ने में अच्छा नहीं है, क्यों postgraduate MA नहीं करेगा? When Mr. Maheshwari came And I asked him one basic question, and this is going to set the tone of my communication to you. Are you inviting the CMD of TFCI? I was very candid, though I was very afraid of his age, of his personality. And my colleague Mr. B.M. Gupta told me that he has been his professor. So I was little, scared also. He said, no madam, I have come to invite you as Archana Kapoor, not the CMD of TFCI. That is the only reason I accepted his kind and humble invitation. You should be known what you are. What has happened in the past, what you be, what you achieve in life, what your targets are, what your pressures are, what society expects of you, what parents expect you, what the country. But you should be known what you are. How what you would be is basically your commitment, your courage, and your belief. If you have passion, if you have belief, you will attain everything in life. You have ambition, but with no ethics, no beliefs, no conscience, no towards a thinking towards a society, whatever you would achieve in life, you would remain a beggar, a pauper. So the only thing I would say in our life, we need to bring such kind of conviction that we stand on very high moral grounds. Try to pursue a knowledge-based industry or a business which benefits not you, but the society at large. There is a very famous dialogue of Sholay, Tera kya hoga Kalia? That's what the question is for you all today. Mera kya hoga Kalia? That's why he said, what you wish to be in future, you will decide today. If you have got jobs, very good. Most of you, some of you would be getting prizes later on. Congratulations. Those who have done very well with high GPAs, double congratulations. But I congratulate to those who have not been able to do first two things, because they are going to set really the unique examples in coming 20 years. You have a long life to achieve, but you have very short time to decide what to achieve. Don't be bogged down by pressures. Don't be bogged down what packages you are getting. Don't be bogged down what wealth others are creating. Don't be bogged down by the companies you are getting offers for. You should be bogged down what you can do for bringing a change in the life of only one person. How many of us can keep our hand on the heart and say that I have been able to bring a change in one person's life? This should be our motto, and this is what my wishes are to you, that be the change, not in words, but in deeds too. There is a social entrepreneurship, there is educational entrepreneurship, and you are lucky. I was talking to Mr. Gupta, and I understand the institute is growing leaps and bounds and would be diversifying in the other areas. Just look for that opportunity, for which would make you a different person altogether. I'll quote you my example. I have nobody's example. I'm a very simple person, so I have just my own example. You know, in MBA, later on in career, every time you keep on hearing, grab the right opportunity, take the right. What is that right opportunity? How do you see it? Does it have horns over there? Does it blinks to you? There is some music going around you? No, nothing. The position I am in today was advertised 4 years ago. Where I was working was a huge company, and everybody dissuaded me even to apply there. When I got the job by a process of selection, my package was less. This is for you all people. What is a CTC? What are the perks? Are you getting mobile? What kind of a Android you are going to get? What tabs? You know, all those words which I can't pronounce also are the driving forces. And here I criticize you all for that you are losing the focus of life. This all is immaterial. So everybody criticized me, everybody dissuaded me. I came from a company where I used to handle $2 billion worth of treasury. The balance sheet size was 30,000 crores. Where I came was much smaller. Only one person supported me, that was my husband. Probably he thought, let her consume her energy outside, not in the home. The reason is simple, that I wanted to prove what I had studied 27 years ago in my MBA, that there is a leadership, there is a company, there is a decision-making process, and how you are going to impact through your knowledge, through your decision-making process, through your process of participation, a change in the company. And I'm so thankful that this company and my colleagues offered me that particular opportunity, which we keep on looking in our life. I'm a very satisfied person today, and I wish you all the best for your future career, for your future life, and for your future role which you would be playing from onwards. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your realistic approach towards life and career. I would now request Honorable Shri Vijay Mehta to bless the students for advancement in their career.
Mr. Chairman, sir, my very learned colleagues on the dais, my friends in the audience, dear students, first of all, let me formally express my gratitude to Professor Maheshwari, and I was very happy when he called me and told me that you have to come to this function, because I remember about 30 years back both of us together attended the same function. The only difference was that I was sitting on that side of the floor and he was my teacher at XVIth College of Commerce. A lot of water has flown under the bridge since then, and today I am here and I have been asked to say a few words. In fact, after Dr. Rajiv and Ms. Archana Kapoor has spoken, I was just wondering what should I say, because this is a kind of considered to give you advice. And I sometimes find myself that maybe I am one of the very, probably the only one who has fought through life on a business front. Because not that everybody has not fought through life, but they must have been on a different side. And when I passed out and I took my degree at XVIth College of Commerce and then in the law faculty, I really was thinking, what should I do? And that time this business was not considered to be a very attractive one. I got into it, and today, if any of you can recall, that Inam Securities, which is the leader in our business, has sold itself to Axis Bank for a consideration of 2,100 crores. When I went into this line, this was not considered to be good line, and today we receive lots of applications from aspiring students who have cleared their MBAs, not only from GEMS but from a number of institutes in India and abroad, who would like to work and work here, and they want to get into investment banking or wealth management kind of portfolios. I think I will not take long because, but I would just like to touch a couple of points. One point I would say is that, like Dr. Rajiv said, that the life outside is going to be different. Your umbrella would be taken, your security cover would be broken, and not only that, you will be having a fight among equals. Today I have yet to come across young men or women who have not professionally qualified and who don't belong to good and rich families. And there is not only too many jobs, but there is too much of competition. So you will have to learn and develop certain qualities which you have not been taught into this institute. This institute, your parameters are different. That you have to come first in class, you are valued at your academics. In your practical life, you may not be. Look at Mr. Bill Gates. He was a dropout. Not that I would suggest that kind of story. But what I would like to say is that the value system is going to change. And the dreams which you have built in your own mind will be realized only when you balance both sides of the life. The academics will help you to get into a company. But the reason why you will grow into that company is going to be your attitude. I have seen a lot of students who have been very good in academics, but their attitude was negative and they could never progress in a company. A company is looking maybe for an average guy and not at the top of the line guy, but he has to be having a positive attitude and he has to be a fighter. Company likes fighters. And this is your positive attitude. And this is your attitude to, like it was said earlier, to learn and grow, which is going to take you places. The second most important part, which is again not taught here completely, is build-up of relationships. I remember there was a time I was traveling with Dr. B.K. Modi, who belongs to the Modi group. You people might know him as the one who is now the head of SPICE group. Number of you might be carrying that mobile set. And he told me, he said, Vijay, can you define what is good luck and bad luck in tangible terms? Now this is very difficult. When good luck comes to me, I can feel it. Maybe some of the world goods I can buy, worldly materialistic things. But it's very difficult to define it tangibly. I told him I cannot. Can you help me? He said good luck means meet and interact with good people, and the bad luck is meet and interact with people who are not good. Because everything comes to us through people. If you can recall, everything in this life comes to us through people. And if you are able to build good relationships, I can tell you that this will help you the maximum. No relationship in my life has ever been in the negative so far. It is a different matter. That relationship took a lot of time to build, and the fruits of that relationship came to me at a time when I least expected it. But it is a relationship in your life which is going to really take you places. Relationship with your colleagues, relationship with your boss, relationship at your work environment. How do you handle your workload, and how do you build relationships at different places of your career? There are people who tend to be very, very selfish. Like they would like to use people. They would not bother for a relationship to be long term. And especially in today's time, I would strongly suggest you to refrain from that. Because it is your relationships which are going to make a lot of difference. And the third and the last point which I would like to touch, because of the time constraints too, is that stay in touch with your old friends. All of you are going to pass out today, and I don't know how many of you have exchanged your phone numbers for permanent liaison with each other. But it's not only a chit-chat which is going to help you. You should form a group, and you should exchange your experiences and help each other. When you will share your experiences, each of you will learn that what made him go up and why he could not. This kind of experience at your level is going to be very valuable because you are only exchanging it as a friends. You don't have a vested interest. And I think I would like to suggest from this dais today that not only this convocation, when you are all collecting your degrees, but gyms should start organizing old alumni meets more often. At least definitely once in 2 years, once in a year or twice in a year, so that the old students who have passed out, they can share their practical experience with the students who are just being educated here. And I think, like they say that the proof of the pudding is in eating, I think the best criteria would be, Mr. Gupta, when some of you, after 5 years, would be called to be the guest of honor and sit on this side of the stage. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Nidhi. The second prize goes to Miss Isha Kukreja. Congrats, Isha. Third prize goes to Miss Akanksha Agarwal. Congratulations, Akanksha. Now we will have Astha Mittal from PGDM full-time batch. There's some confusion. I'm extremely sorry. We'll go for Ajit Singh Rana first. There was some confusion in the list actually. Next is Akanki Agarwal. Next is Akanksha. Next is Akanksha Sawant.
सर आगे से हट जाइए प्लीज.
Dear audience, we have with us Honorable Shri S.K. Goel with us, and I'll now invite Professor Maheshwari to give his introduction and then we'll welcome him.
As I informed you earlier, I am happy that Mr. Goel has been able to make it up. I am glad to welcome Shri S.K. Goel, Chairman and Managing Director, India Infrastructure Finance Company Limited, as guest of honor Mr. Goel is a first-class BCom from Shriram College of Commerce and MCom from Delhi School of Economics. He did his LLB from University of Rajasthan. He is also a certified associate member of the Indian Institute of Bankers. During his 36 years of association with banks, after starting his career in 1974 as an officer of the Bank of Baroda, he has held the position of General Manager of Andhra Bank, Chief Vigilance Officer in Bank of India, Executive Director of Allahabad Bank, and Chairman, United Commercial Bank Limited. He has been closely associated with the work relating to timely detection of irregularities in securities and banking transactions committed by Harshad Mehta and Ketan Parekh. His work was duly appreciated by the Joint Parliamentary Committee. At all the positions held by Mr. Goel, his strategic vision has always helped the banks to improve their performance and brand equity. Mr. Goel has the expertise of financing agriculture and micro, small and medium enterprises. His contribution in these fields was duly recognized by the Government of India in the form of national awards given by the Prime Minister twice to the UCO Bank. Friends, Mr. Goel is a banker par excellence. His long experience and vast knowledge in financial matters is superb. In the banking circles, he has made a mark by his contributions towards the economic development of the country, especially agriculture and rural areas. Since June 2010, Mr. Goel is Chairman, Managing Director of IIFCL and is engaged in providing long-term finance to infrastructure projects throughout the country with innovative financial solutions in a cost-effective manner. Mr. Goel is attempting to achieve infrastructural development in an inclusive and sustainable manner. Mr. Goel has earned a name in the deft handling of diverse responsibilities in different capacities in various banks and financial institutions. Mr. Goel is well known for his positive attitude, clarity of vision, and management relationships with financing disposition. We are fortunate to have Mr. Goel with us for blessing and showing new direction to our students. I would now invite Ms. Hemlata to welcome Shri S.K. Goel by presenting a bouquet to him.
I would now request Honorable Shri S.K. Goel to bless the students for a bright career ahead. Sir, please.
Distinguished colleagues from the dais, distinguished guests present here, and my dear young children who are present here. I am very happy and thankful to the Institute, particularly Professor Maheshwari, for inviting me here and to be with you today. As he has already told, my 36 years have been spent in the banking across the country, and it has taken me globally abroad in many countries. I am very happy to see the young children here who are going to get their degrees on this convocation. It gives me a recollection of the young days that we spent, the university, Shriram College, Delhi School of Economics. Everything has become very fresh in my memories, seeing these young boys and girls. I can tell them only one thing on this occasion. Things have changed a lot when we used to be there. I was just talking other day getting about 60% marks used to be a very difficult job. When we got 62% marks in secondary, straight away we got the admissions in a college like Shriram College of Commerce. Throughout, with about 64% marks in MCom, in Delhi School of Economics, you are given an invitation by the colleges to come join as lecturer. I also joined as lecturer in KM College, one of the very reputed colleges in the university, before joining the banking. Now, as we understand, things have changed. The benchmark is 95% or something like that. I think the whole style of the examination has changed, and people can imagine this 95 kind of the things, which in our times was impossible. It was really impossible to achieve that. But my young friends, young boys, young girls who are going to start their career, I can only say one thing to you, that unlike that time when the job opportunities were very few, we had to really compete in the examinations. When I appeared in a DRO's exam in Bank of Baroda, I remember there were thousands of students appearing, and getting selected was a big achievement. But today, a lot of jobs are there for you, a lot of offers are there for you. But try to get a little stability and you plan perfect how you want to go. What I am seeing today in the youngsters, a lot of confusion. They keep on searching, because today you have got another facility. On internet, you can go on searching the jobs. Just don't search the jobs blindly.